All right, good morning. As we've been doing, I'm going to wait for a couple minutes. Right now we're at 5. We're usually at around 10. So I'm going to wait for about 5 minutes. And it's 9 o'clock right now, but I'm going to start up at 9:05 exactly. All right, I am going to start up literally in about 10 seconds, hopefully. There we go. All right. So good morning. We've got 8 right now. We usually have 10 to 12, but hopefully people will be joining. Now, I just want you to know because I believe in honesty, and that is I had something planned for today. We're going to do it tomorrow instead of today because I can't find my notes. All right. So I'm looking around for them, and I'm going to, if I have to, I'm going to just reproduce again tonight what I was going to do today. So the bottom line is what we were going to do tomorrow, we're going to do today, and what we were going to do today, we'll do tomorrow. Also, just so you know, I believe tomorrow probably, I could be wrong on this because I don't know how long it'll take, but probably tomorrow we'll be done. We may be done at lunch or soon after lunchtime. Okay, just so you know that. Now, you've been told this already, but again, no one has sent me any pictures of themselves. So, and that's okay. But then there'll be no pictures of students who are in the class on the website that I create next week. And again, it's okay. All right. But if you do want to send them to me, please do that. And also, and I know you've heard this before, but you will be getting, either you've already gotten the evaluation form from Barbara Bragg of Ranken Technical College, or you're going to get it today or tomorrow. Please fill it out and turn it back into her. All right. So with all that said, so far, what have we done in here? Well, day one, we went through HTML. You know this. I'm not going to talk a bit about HTML today, which probably makes you happy. Day two, we went over CSS. Probably what you found is the class kind of at least got progressively harder every day. So we went from HTML, which allowed us to put the content on our web page. Then we went to CSS, which allowed us to style the content of our web page. And yesterday we went over JavaScript, which allowed us to do two things. First of all, it allowed us to write programs, and you wrote some, or we wrote some and looked at them yesterday. It also allowed for some interactivity in a website. As it says here, it pretty much is the programming language of the web. And you saw yesterday, I showed you how easy it was, for example, to just go and add a running working clock to your web page. So there was nothing really big about doing that. All right. What I planned on doing today was going over Bootstrap 4. Now, to be honest with you, just so you know, Bootstrap 5 is now out there. Bootstrap 3, I don't know who's still using it, but there could be some people who are. I've learned Bootstrap 4 and have taught it over the past few years. So we were going to go over Bootstrap 4 today, and we were going to build a project together as a class. But like I said, all those notes are missing. So I think, if nothing else, I've got an extra machine over at the Ranken Technical College itself, but I'll have to go look for that machine. So if I have to, I'll go do that tomorrow because I'm planning on going into Ranken tomorrow to actually do the last lecture. So this is what we'll do tomorrow. What we're going to do instead today is what we were going to do tomorrow. All right. And if you say, I don't understand, you will in a second, but I want to show you this. I built this website this morning in 5 minutes. It's not fantastic, but it's okay. Literally, I did it in 5 minutes. I didn't write a line of code, and I can jump around to the photo gallery, to the fan section. I can go back to the home. I can go down to the footer, etc. And it's all done with some drag and drop software. So what I'm going to do this morning, between probably about now and I don't know when, if we can get it done before our first break, fine. And if we can't, we'll keep going. But I'm going to show you what this product is. I'm going to have you download it, and we're going to build a really simple website with it together from scratch. I just built this one just so you knew what could be done. Like I said, this might have taken me 10 minutes. All right. And is it fantastic? Heck no. But it's not too bad for something that I did in 10 minutes. All right. So what I would like everyone to do, and I'm going to put this address, I'm going to give you a URL, and I'm going to put the address right now in the chat. All right. And I'll put it on screen also, but I'd like you to open up a new browser window. And I would like, come on, chat. And I would like you to put that in and hit enter. And hopefully when you do, so here's the address right here. And again, I'll show it on the screen as well. So just give me a second here. Not there. All right. And let me do my screen, change my screen here. All right. So you should be able to see it both here and right here. I think you might be able to just click the one. I don't typically have students do downloads through Zoom because sometimes the stuff gets kind of funky if you try to do it. All right. But this is the address. In fact, don't even, if you've already hit enter, fine. But if you haven't, don't even hit enter yet. Just put in that address. This is the address that will allow you to download version 4 of the package that I just showed you. It's called MobiRise. Now, version 5 is available, but I have not used it yet. It's only been out for a few months, but I've used version 4. And in fact, that's the version that I used when I created that website for the Scratch programming class last week that I showed you. All right. So I'm taking for granted that everybody's had a chance to put this in. So I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to go back to here. So I have to change my screen share. And just like you, I'm going to put that address in, and I'm going to hit the enter key. And what you should see is that wherever your downloads are, now mine show right here in the bottom left-hand corner of my screen. All right. So you could take your mouse, and if you click on it, it should open this. Now, I've already got the product loaded, and mine works really fine. So I'm probably not, well, I mean, I can do it. So let's see. So if you get this, you may or may not, but if you get what's shown on the screen right now, what it's saying is, hey, in order to be able to do this, you have to be an administrator. All you have to do is click yes. All right. Then what should come up next, and again, I don't know with the screen share how much of this is showing and how much of this is not showing, but you should get something that comes up and it says, setup will install MobiRise 4 into the following folder. All right. Now your folder in location may be different. It all depends on where software is normally installed on your machine. All right. So mine looks fine. I'm going to click next. And it's doing the install right now. And guess what? It's done. That's all it took. It's coming up right now, and it says this site uses a theme, MobiRise 5, that isn't installed or isn't available. You're probably not going to get that. So I'm just going to click cancel. Again, like I said, you probably won't get that. If you get anything that comes up and it says, do you want this stuff? Just click skip it. All right. And it should come up and look something like this. Now, yours may not look exactly like this. And if it doesn't, don't worry about it. But my question for you right now is there anyone who just tried to install this and it didn't work?
It didn't work for me.
Okay, what happened when you did it?
My computer says that it's not a Microsoft verified app.
All right. Are you the one who's using the Chromebook?
No.
No.
I'm using a Windows.
Okay. Well, I haven't heard of that one. Let's see. So I'm going to come in here. And I'm going to try to Google it. Oh, well, it's possible. That's not helping any. You said it says that it's not a Microsoft installable app?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm looking in here and I'm looking it up. I don't know. I'm going to try something and I don't know if it'll work or not. So hold on for just a second. Now, the actual file itself, the file is 50 megabytes. So it's not like I can put that file, like I can take it and I can put it out there on, I can't put that out there on Zoom. I'm trying to figure out a way to try to get this to you, and I'm stumped for right now. All right. I'll tell you what, for now, I'm going to investigate this during the break. I promise you. But hopefully you can just watch. And I think that if you can, if we can figure out a way for you to get it loaded, if we can do that, all right, I don't think you'll have any problems catching back up.
Okay.
All right, I'm looking on the chat here. It says for me, it says I can't. Yeah, it says because Windows applications aren't supported on a Mac. Okay, there should be. Then what you'll want to do, and you can all try to do this. All right, if your install of this worked, then just don't listen for a couple minutes. But I'm going to come in here and I'm going to type in install MobiRise for. This is for the person or on Mac. All right. Now the problem is it says installing MobiRise after using 4. You can install MobiRise 5, but your screens are going to look a lot different than mine are, and I don't want you to be confused. All right, that's why I said what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set it up so you're not confused. All right. Now let's see. I do, however, have MobiRise on my desktop. I'm not sure what version it is. Can I still use it? We can try. All right. Yeah, it says on the top screen, it says MobiRise 5.3.10. If that means anything, that means you've got the new version. We could all download MobiRise 5. The problem is, like I said, I've got 4 on my machine, and I was reading yesterday, and it said 5 can break the stuff you have on 4. So I don't want to load it on my machine until I'm sure that it works. So for you that has been trying to run 5, let's just see if we can run it. Okay, we'll just see if it'll work. All right. Now somebody else said mine updated by itself. All right, and that might mean you've got 5 also. It's not going to probably matter except your screens are probably going to look different than my screens are going to look. All right, I planned this all around MobiRise 4, which I've had on my machine for about a couple years, but I did not even know MobiRise 5 was available. Now, for the person who said they can't load it, this is where I got that link from. This is from a MobiRise forum. So let me just show you this quickly. So I got it from this link right here. This is too big, so I got it from that link. You don't have to type that in. All right, I can show you that link. I can put this out in the chat as well. But it said here, where can I find MobiRise to download? They said in this link that didn't work, and this link that didn't work. Somebody said try the direct link. Well, that's usually the best way you can do this. All right. Now, if you want to try, this is for the person who had problems and theirs didn't work. This may work and it may not. All right. But again, this is the website. And I'm going to put it in here for everyone. So I'm putting that in the chat. So that is the website that I'm at right now. All right. And you can try where it says try the direct link from here. You might get the same error. You can try it from here or from here. All right. And like it says on here, it's not working, unfortunately. Now, I just want to say a couple things, and that is, this is a really nice product and it's free. It's free. The only time I ever get any emails from them, I probably got one a couple months ago saying that MobiRise 5 was available, and it might have just went into my spam folder. All right. But the point is, they don't send you a lot of emails. There's nothing for you to sign up for. It doesn't cost any money. However, if you want to, and I'm not saying you do, all right, but if I come over here, and again, if your screen doesn't look like this, don't let it bother you. But I'm going to come over to here and I'm going to go down to extensions. You don't have to do this with me. I'm going to go down to extensions. And this is the stuff that's available for you to buy. What do I mean? Well, when you come in and you want to create what's called a theme, a MobiRise theme, most of these are not free. You have to pay for them. All right. So people are like, pay for them. That's just $49, $50. Come on. But they have this kit that's $150 that will give you almost everything that's in here. I am not telling you to buy this. Not at all. All I'm trying to tell you is there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be able to do this morning using this, and we'll be able to do it for free. But some of the extra features we won't be able to use. They just are not going to be available to us because they cost money. The other thing, I just want you to know this, that I can't remember where, I think that this company is out of like Finland or something like that. They're on the other side of the world. The reason I'm telling you that is I've had problems before, and I've tried getting a hold of their support. Sometimes they've answered when I've had a question right away. Other times I've left 3 or 4 emails and they've never gotten back to me. So I don't know if their support is in the United States here or if it's in Finland. I have absolutely no idea. All right. So again, for the person who had the problem with getting it on the Mac, I don't know what else to tell you. All right. Like I said, just watch along if nothing else. All right. And if you say, well, I don't even want to do that, that's your call. But what I want to do is I want to go through what's in here for you. Okay. Well, we just looked at extensions, so I'm not going to talk about that. There is some help that's in here. So as it says, you can send them messages, but this is, again, where I have not always gotten the fastest response from. They say they try to turn it around in 24 hours. It may or may not happen. This is the account information. All right. So for instance, if when I originally got this, I had a regular account set up. I did pay for that stuff, but it only lasted for a year. All right. And I got a deal on it, so I don't have that available to me anymore. All right. But my question is, can everybody, when you put your mouse in the upper left-hand corner, do you all see on your screen what is hopefully on mine? And I'm going to do a re-share. So if you put your mouse in the upper left-hand corner, do you see this? Can I hear a yes, no, whatever?
Yes.
Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to choose, hopefully you've got a thing that says sites. This is how we create a brand new website. Click on sites. And you probably won't have this stuff here. I do because I've already played around with it and made some stuff. But you should have this plus sign here that says create new site or import MobiRise site. Can I get a yes? Do you have that there on yours?
Yep.
Okay, so click that plus sign and yours will look something like this, maybe not totally, but it's fine if it looks fairly close. By default, it calls it site and then it puts today's date on it. We don't want that. All right. I just decided right now, I mean, some of you have sent me ideas of things that you wanted to do a site on. So I'm going to do a site on dogs. Now, if you want to do exactly what I'm doing, you can do a site on dogs. Somebody emailed me And one of the things they were interested in was cats. So I'm a dog person, maybe they're a cat person. Totally fine. They can type cats in here. It won't matter for what we're going to do. And if you say, I don't like dogs, I don't like cats, but I like, something else. So if you wanted to put in here cards and do a thing on the St. Louis Cardinals, it would be fine. But again, I'm just going to call mine dogs. Nothing special about the name, except I'm going to create a site about dogs. All right. So I put in dogs and I hit enter. Try it again. Hit enter. Oh, it didn't take it. Why is it not taking it? Oh, I have to choose a theme. Just choose the Moby Rice for a theme, or you can choose the AMP. It really doesn't matter if you've got them both here. In fact, I'll choose AMP. All right. And it says, do you want to create the dogs based on the Moby Rice AMP theme? Okay. All right. It's going to sit and spin for a second. And hopefully your screen looks like mine does right now. Does yours? Can I get a yes or a no?
Yeah.
Is there anybody who went through the steps and your screen does not look like this? All right. This, like I said, you write no code to do this. If you screw something up, I'm going to show you how you can get rid of it and fix it. It's really easy. As it says, go in the bottom right-hand corner where it says click to start and click right there, please. Okay. And over here is all the stuff you've got available. This is where you drag it. So hopefully your screen looks like mine. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a menu. Okay, so I'm going to go over to menu here and I'm going to click on menu, and there's two types. I'm just going to use the one on top. I'm going to grab it, hold down with my left mouse button, drag it over here and let go. And boom, I've got a menu. And don't worry, I'm going to go through how you can change the colors, how you can change the icon, how you can change what it says here. We're going to go through all of that stuff in just a minute. All
I'm
right.
sorry, can you repeat some of that?
Sure. I'll do it all over again. How's that? So I'm going to get rid of what's there. Is this where you are?
Yes.
Okay. So in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you should see a plus sign. Click on that plus sign, and that'll bring up this. You got that?
Yeah, I do.
The first thing we're going to do then is we're going to add a menu. Okay. And so you come over here to where it says menu. And if it's showing something else there, just click on it. And there's two menus available. We're going to choose the top one by clicking on it, holding down on the left mouse button, and just dragging it over to the top and letting go. Did that work for you?
Yes, it did.
All right, let's throw a few things on here, and then we'll go back and I'll show you how you can go and change, this here and etc. So I'll show you all that in just a minute. All right. So looking through here, what do we have? Well, the next thing there says headers. So we can put some of this stuff in there if we want. All right. I don't want that. So I'm going to go down to gallery and slider. Okay. And you don't have to do this yet, but if you want to see what one of these looks like, you just click on it and drag it out and let go. That's all you do. And if you say, I don't want that. So I just clicked on this thing and I don't want it. So I click on it here. And when I do, you should get this little thing that comes up that you see on the screen. Just click on the garbage can and say, yes, I want to remove it. And it's gone. So that's all you have to do. So to add things, you go and you click down here. You find something you want. Let's look at what's under images and videos. All right. So I could put something in here if I wanted to. You'll notice I'm at images and videos. If I keep going down, now I'm under features. See that? All right. And if I keep going down, etc. So You can grab any one of these that you want. And if it turns out you don't like it, so I'm going to grab this one and drag it in and let go. So it's a block with a YouTube video. All right. I might not want that later. And if I don't want it, again, I just click on it and I get this trash can here. I click remove block and I click OK and it's gone. I'm not going to do this, but if I click here, if I click now, I would also be removing the menu. So I could remove that also if I wanted to do that. Well, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to come back down to here and I'm just going to start searching through here to see what's here. And I'd like you to do the same. See if you've got anything that comes up that you're like, well, that's kind of neat. All right. So I'm looking here. And what does this one look like? No, I don't really like that one either. So I'm going to click on that and remove that. I guess this is a slider. So I'm going to put it back again. So I'm going to come over here and where it says gallery and slider right there, I'm going to click on that and I'm going to choose the first one. So click and drag and let go. All right. Was everybody able to do that? Anybody have any problems doing that? All right. I don't want to use these pictures. Okay. So I'm going to change them. Now, to change them, there's a lot of different ways that I can do this. I'm going to show you a way of doing it. Now, I'm not going to say that the way I'm going to show you is the best way because everybody does things in a different way. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here and hopefully make sure my screen share is showing. All right, I'm back over here and I'm just going to go out to Google Images. In fact, I want to show you because there's a couple other places that you can go to. You all know about this, or you should, images.google.com. All right, and by and large, you can find almost anything you want out there. But I want to show you a couple other sites that you can go to get images totally for free. And you can use them without any problems. All right, I'm going to show you two sites. Can you all see on your screen? I'm typing in unsplash.com. Can you all see that or not?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. And another one is pexels.com. So I'm going to start by going out to this one. I'm going to go out to unsplash.com. And I'm going to put that in here. That's just unsplash. Oops, I typed it wrong. Let me try it again. Unsplash.com. It's not a fantastic looking site, but I'm going to come in here and I'm going to type in dogs. And you can see what I get. A lot of different pictures of dogs, right? And I can pick any of those I want and I can use them. Now, I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to go to the other one that I just showed you, which is pexels.com. Pexels.com. All right. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to go into pexels.com. Very similar looking site. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to again type in dogs and hit enter. And you can see I get a lot of pictures of dogs. Now, I've got a niece and she's about, I don't know, in her 30s. She's never had any kids. She's married, but she's never had kids, but she's got a Great Dane. And that Great Dane is almost their kid. So if I wanted to, rather than dogs, I could come in here and try to type in Great Dane. And now you'll notice I'm getting just great, at least whatever pictures they have of Great Danes. Well, I don't want that. I do want dogs. Okay. So it's up to me. I can choose pictures from here, which is out on Pexels, and I can choose pictures from here, which is out on Unsplash. It really and truly doesn't matter. And again, if you're doing yours on something else, like the person who wanted to do theirs on cats, then just type in cats. All right. But I'm going to go, I like the couple of the ones that I saw here on Pexels. All right. So now I've got these. Now, so what do you do with them? I'm going to show you that right now. I'm going to grab 3 of these pictures. Okay. And I want 3 that are pretty much look like they're about the same size. So that one looks like it's the same size pretty much as this one. These 2 look like they're the same size. And I mean, I can put any ones I want. I can grab these 3. So when I click on this, all right, when I click on it, it says, okay, here's the picture. And you'll notice it says free download. And it'll say here when I put my mouse over that, what size do you want this picture to be? So when I click there, it says, do I want it large? Do I want it medium? Or do I want it small? And I'm going to try large. All right, so I'm going to click on large. And it says 1920 by 1280. And I'm going to click free download. All right. Now, what you get then is this. Hopefully you remember, I showed you this before on day 1. We did something like this. We went image, source equal, and we had a folder called images. So let's just say I call this one dog1.jpg or something like that. All right. And then we said alt equal picture of my dog or something like that. All right. So we already did something like this. What they're saying right here is, hey, it would be nice if when you are putting in your alt tag, and I said not, I'm just going to say picture of a dog, and then I'm going to put a period here, and I'm going to say, we get the whole thing up here. So it says photo by. So what I'm doing is I'm giving some attribution to the person who put the picture out there. All they're asking is you're kind of giving them an electronic thanks. So the recommendation is if you go out to one of these free sites like this, all right, and you actually end up using the pictures from the people, that you just say the photo by. Now there's a thing in there if you want to do this. By no means am I telling you to do this, but you can even donate money to them. I'm not going to do that, but you could. All right, so I now have one picture. That picture should be in my downloads folder now, and I'm going to move it in just a second. Okay. In fact, I don't even have to move it, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to use it in just a second. So that's first picture. Then I'm going to grab this second one. Okay. And under file download, again, doesn't have 1920 by 1280, which is what we had before. So I'm going to put in my own custom size, 1920 by 1280, because I want these to be the same size. Sometimes when you manually resize a picture the way I'm doing right now, it looks a little skewed. So it might look a little bit like I stretched it in one direction or the other direction. Okay, but I'm going to click there and click free download. Now there's another thanks that I'm supposed to put in here. All right, so I'm going to grab that one as well. And there's my first picture. So that's the one I'm going to use. This will be the one I use for the second picture. So again, it'll say picture of a dog, photo by this person from Pexels. Again, you don't have to do that. I just consider it to be, hey, this stuff works, and it works because when people put stuff out there for free, other people acknowledge the work that they've done by putting it out there for free. That's all I'm telling you. All right, so I've got 2 pictures now. All right, and I'm going to close that, and I'm going to close that, and I'll grab this one. All right, and again, go to free download. There is a 1920 by 1280 right there. So again, I'm going to click free download. All right. Now this one, it doesn't have anything that I can see at least, but it did download it. All right. So now I've got 3 pictures. Hopefully everybody agrees with the fact that I now have 3 pictures. How can you tell if you've got 3 pictures? Well, I can go in here and again, hopefully you can see this, but I'm going to my downloads. and I've got these 3 pictures from Pexels. They're right there. I'm going to change the name of my first picture, and I'm going to call it Dogs01. I'm going to change the name of my second picture, and I'm going to call it Dogs02. And I'm going to change the name of my third picture, and I'm going to call it Dogs03. All right. Then I'm going to grab all 3 of those pictures. So I'm going to click on one, hold down on Shift, and click the other 2, and then drag them onto my desktop. So all I did was I copied those pictures to my desktop. Okay. That's all I've done. And, again, we're going to go for about 10 minutes. So if you think I'm going too fast, I'll back it up after we take the break, and we'll take a look at it again. Okay. So I want to change these images. So it says drop an image here or browse your computer. Well, there's my Dogs01. So you can already tell there it is. I don't have to link it to anything, but I can edit my title. All right. So this will say, I don't know, anything I want. 3 dogs. Okay. In fact, I don't even want that for the alt. I want to use what I had before. So I'm going to put in here picture of 3 dogs, and I'll say photo by Nancy Guth of Pexels. All right, so I'll put that in, and I'll give it a title too. I'll call it 3 dogs. That's it. Then I click OK, and you can see I now have that is now part. Okay, so you can see as I go through this, it is now part of my carousel or my slideshow, whatever you want to call it. So there's the first picture. Now I'm going to click on the second one, and I'm going to do the same thing. So again, I'm going to go over to Browse Computer. I'm going to find my Dogs02 picture. I'm going to click Open, and there's my second one. All right. Again, I don't have to link these anywhere. I'm going to edit my title again, and I'm going to go back to where I just grabbed that stuff. And I'm just going to say puppies. Whoops. I'm going to get rid of what's in here. And I'm going to say puppies playing. And then I'm going to paste that in. Photo by Chevanon Photography from Pexels. And I'll give it a title of Puppies Playing. And I'll click OK. Now I've got 2 of my things in there. All right. You'll notice if I keep going, there's actually 4 of these, but I only have 3 pictures. Well, I've decided I only want 3 pictures in my slideshow. So I don't want to click that trash can because that'll remove them. I instead want to click the one next to it that looks like a gear that's going around and around, and it says block parameters. I want to click on that, and it says how many images do you want to show? Right now it says 4, but notice if I click the down arrow, I can change it to 3. Now there's only 3 images. So I got my choice in here. I can make it 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So if you wanted to, you could go in and you could make yours bigger. In other words, you could add more of these. All right. Well, I'm going to go to this one right here. That's my third one. I'm going to again click Browse Computer. Now I'm going to choose Dogs3 and Open. And there's that one. And again, I'm going to edit this. And all I'm going to say here is dog in a cup. Thanks to Pexels.com, because there was no author there. And I'll call it Dog in a Cup. I'll click OK. And there's my third one. All right. Now, we haven't done that much, but what we can do is I can see what it would look like if I run it right now. And that is I click this little thing up here that looks like an eye. And it says preview it in browser, because it'll show me what it'll currently look like. So this is what it looks like right now. I should have made those pictures bigger, but you get the idea. All right. And if I didn't like it, I can remove it, replace it with something else, etc. It's fine for what I'm doing right. All right. So I've got that done. Let's do one more thing, and then it'll be time for our first break. All right. So the first thing is, you might like that little icon here that looks like a lightning bolt. You might not. So I'm going to show you how you can keep it if you want, or we can click on it and change it. All right. Well, I don't change it from here. This is running in the browser, so I want to close that. You have to change it from Mobirise. If I want to change this, I click on it, and now it says, "Oh, do you have another image?" So I could put another image in here if I wanted to. So I could put one on my computer and browse it, or notice there's even a free online library. So I can click on there. Do they have anything with dogs? I don't know. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to type in dogs. Yep, they have some. All right. And I can pick any one of these I want. I kind of like this one at the sunset. So I'm going to choose that one. Okay. And I'll click OK. And it's not very big, but I changed that. All right. And I don't like this text that's here. It's kind of silly. So I'm going to click on it and then just start to remove it. So I click on it and I just start to hit my backspace key. And I'm going to call this my dog's website. That's it. So I showed you very quickly how you can go in and change the logo that's here and how you can change the text. All right. Well, let's take a look at what else is here. This says Mobirise AMP, and notice there's a down arrow with some stuff. Then one says services, one says about us, and then there's a button that says contact us. All right. Well, let's look. The first thing is I'm going to click this again, this thing that says block parameters. All right. I don't want that button there that says contact us. So notice here it says show buttons, and it's turned on. All I do is click on the left and that removes it. So that one's now gone. If I didn't want this to show here where it says my dog's website, where it says show brand name, I could just click there and now it's gone. I click again back to the right and it's back again. All right. You could even go in, I think I can change the color of this too if I want to. Yep. So if I click on this and I don't like that blue, I click on the dot right here. And I can choose one of these colors, or I can click more and I can get a color wheel in here. So if I like this kind of crazy purple, I could put that in there. And boom, now I've changed that. Now you might say that's an ugly color, but you can change it to any color you'd like. All right. So as far as what's in here, let's see. I actually don't like this drop down. I got to remember in just a second how I can remove that. But where it says services right here, I'm going to highlight that and I'm just going to type in. I'm going to type in home as soon as it lets me. All right. So what did I just do? I removed it. But now it says here, type text. I realize it's kind of hard for you guys to see. I can't move this. I can't get rid of this stuff. All right. So if I click over here, come on. Oh, I'm going to have to work on this. Let's see. Can I make this smaller? If I don't want this one, I think I can just click remove. And there it's gone. Okay. If I want to add a new one here, there's a plus sign. All right. So I want to add a new one. So right there it says type text. And I can change the size of it, etc. It's a menu. All right. So it's for some reason, this is weird because I have not tried using this package with Zoom on. All right. And it's acting a little bit funky, but you should be able to click in here and change the text that's in there. I'm going to have more problems with it than you. All right. Now, we didn't get that far, but it's 9:50. And as we always do, we're going to take a 10-minute break. When we come back, we're going to finish up this website. All right. So I'll see you in 10 minutes. All right. I'm going to start back up again. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to worry about this right now, about the menu, but I'm going to come over to here and find something else I can put in here. All right. Now, these were all images, but I could put a video in if I wanted to, and it really and truly isn't hard. I'll show you that in just a couple minutes. But let's see. We can put an article in here. Now, it gives you a bunch of garbage text. You can see that. And let's see. It would be kind of nice to have a title there, so I can, above that, I can add a title. All right. Now I can go in and I could go out to a website, grab something about dogs. So for instance, if I wanted to, I could go out, let's say, to Wikipedia, wikipedia.org, and I could type dogs in here. All right. And it would give me a whole bunch of junk in here. So there's a whole bunch of stuff, evolution of dogs, dogs being domesticated, dog breeds, etc. I'm going to just grab this thing on dog breeds. All right, so I'm going to grab that and I'm going to copy it out here. Now, the problem with doing that is it's going to have a bunch of stuff in there I don't need. So dogs are the most variable animal on earth. It's got these things, which are footnotes. I don't want those, so I'm going to manually remove those. And I'm just about done. Again, you could put whatever you wanted in there. You could go out and add some of that lorem ipsum text, etc. So there's all sorts of stuff that we could do if we wanted to. It's totally up to us. Okay, that looks like it's pretty much all of it. And I'm going to copy all of it. And then I'm going to go back into Mobilize and I'm going to put it in here. So you can see what it looks like right now. I don't want this text. I want my text. So there it is. All right. And that's kind of a silly title. So I'm going to put dog breed history. Okay. All right. So that's what I've got then right now. Whoops. All right. So this is what I've got. If that's too much text, I can remove anything I want. You might look at this and say, you know, kind of this title, there's a lot of blank space here and there's a lot of blank space there. I wish there was less blank space. So where the title is, if I click over here and I click on this block parameter, I can say, well, that's too big of a bottom. So I can drag it over. And now you can see there's a lot less room. All right. I could do the same thing if I wanted to for the top. I won't do it all the way, but I'll make that a little smaller too. Then I can come over to this one if I want to and click on it. And again, I can come in here and I can say block parameters and I can make it so that, again, I can move that top up. Now it's a lot closer than it was. So if I look at it, you can see what it looks like. Again, is this a perfect site? No. Maybe I don't want any of this text in here, so I can just remove it. All right. I can make this as big or as small as I want. That's all I'm trying to show you here. Not only that, now I can come back in here and you know what? I don't like this background color. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to click on that gear again and I'm going to choose background color, which is currently white. I can use these predefined colors or I can click on more. And if I click on more, I can do one of two things. I can choose from here or I can put in a hex code like we did in class. Let's use that kind of purplish that we had before. Okay, I'm going to leave that in there. And I'm also going to make the background color of this that same purple. Now, I don't like the way black text looks with this. So I'm going to click on any place I want here in the text. And I'll again click on color. And now I'm going to make it white. Now I'm going to click over here just on a word, like I clicked on the word mammal. And again, I'm going to make that white. That's all it took to do that. All right. There's too much text here, so I'm going to remove some of it. So I'm just going to highlight it, hit delete, and it's gone. Right now, this text that's in here is center justified. If I want to, I can click on any part in here. So click off, click on again, come on. So I can click on it, and there's a thing over here for alignment. So I can make it right aligned, left aligned, or center aligned. You know, and again, you just pick the one that you like the most. I'll leave it left aligned just for something different. On where I've got this right here, where I've got the slideshow, I want to give that a background color too, but I don't want it to be purple because then these two bleed into one another. So again, I'm going to click on here, click on background color. And this time we'll use, I don't know. I'll come over here and I'll find like a yellowish. All right. That probably is going to look pretty bad. Let's see. It's funny because they have changed this. There used to be a lot more colors here than there used to be. What is blue and green together, I think, makes yellow. I probably will make turquoise, but I'm going to put in here pound 00 FF and hit enter. And you can see now it's turquoise. So I'm not doing a lot of work. I'm not writing any code. All right. And the site's coming together. Again, is it perfect? No. But it's not terrible either. So I'm going to click on here now. And I'm going to find something else I'd like to add. I mentioned before that there were those videos. So let's put in a video. All right. So let's see. So that's a YouTube video. All right. Well, I don't want that video. I want another video. So the easiest way to do that is to go out to YouTube. And I'm going to type in here dog video. You can grab any one you want. It says here, try not to laugh. I'm going to grab that one. So I'm going to show you how we put this in here. Hopefully I remember. All right. Don't worry about that. But this is the URL for it. So let's see if that's all we need. So I'm going to click here. And it does bring up a video, but I don't want it to be that video. So I'll click over here and it says, what's the URL for your video? I'm removing the one that's there and I'm replacing it with mine. And now we've got that. I can make this a different color again. So I can call this dogs at play. I can come back again if I want to. If I want this bolded, it's not very big right now. So notice it says title 2. I can make it title 1 and now it's bigger. If I didn't like the white color, I could make it another color. I'm highlighting it. I'm clicking B to bold it. All right, so now it's bold. If I want to change the background color, I go back to block here, go to background. We'll choose the turquoise again. So you can see I'm building a site here. All right. And let's put a couple more things in. So I'm going to add another block. And let's see, what else do we have here? There's contacts here. So like if you wanted to contact me, give me more information, etc., I can take that, drag that down there. Now I've got to contact us. I don't like the background color. So again, I'm immediately going to change it back to that purple. Okay, so I've got that. I don't like the way this looks, so I'm gonna make it bold, and then I'm gonna make it, come on, I'm gonna make it white. Okay, well, I guess it did it here. So I'm gonna highlight all this, and I'm gonna make it bold. All right, then I'm gonna go and highlight all of this or this, and I'm gonna make it white. So I've done very little work so far to do this. All right, and I've got a form. Now, what's kind of neat about this form is if I click again on block parameters, all right, I've got my choice over what I want to put in here and what I don't want to put in here. But you start to see right now, looking at this, that there's a few things that could probably be improved here. All right, I mean, when I come in here, I can click, try that again. I'm going to click on the word name and notice what it says. Right now it's got name, it's got phone, it's got email, and it's got message. All right. So that's totally fine. If I didn't like the fact that this said name here, I would put down, you know, something like first and last name, please. All right. And I click save, and you can see that's in there. I go to phone, and I can put in something like format, number, dash, number, dash, number. All right. So I've got that. I can go to email and example, hello at goodbye.com. Now that's in there. And for message, I can come in. This we didn't talk about. This is called a text area, not a text box like we've been using with the inputs. It's a text area. All right. So let's see. I can put it, you know, I'm going to put in here just the words optional message. OPTIONAL. So optional message. Then it says, when you click this, where do you want it to go? Well, I'm going to try my JP Scott at ranken.edu. And then it says, what do you want to put in there? And I'll put in here, thanks for your inquiry. Like that. All right. Now I'm going to try this. So I'm going to come in here, and for first and last name, I'll put in, I'm just going to make up something. So let's cancel that. Oh my goodness. All of these in the past, this didn't come up like this. All right. You could put whatever you wanted to put in here, and there was not a problem with it. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click send form, and I want to see if it says thanks for your inquiry. In fact, this isn't going to work until I run it. So let's run it again. So you can see what the site's looking like now. Now, when I come in here, now I can type in. So John Smith, phone number 222-333-4444. And the email will be johns@gmail.com. I really like your website. Thanks for making it. And I click send form. There's, oh, why didn't it take that? All right, there's the thanks for your inquiry. All right, now you may or may not be able to see this, but I just got a beep. All right, and I don't know if I can go back and show you this, but I'm going to try to right now. All right, so I'm going to see if I can do a new share on right here. And it says Mobilize Forums just gave me a submission. Name John Smith. There's the phone number. There's the email. And there's the message that we put in. So hopefully at least you could see how easy that was to set that up. All right. And that's really, more than anything else, is kind of what I wanted to get across to you with what we've been working on so far. All right. And that is the fact that setting up something like this The good news is it's really and truly not very hard to do. Now, the bad news about this site is since we did not buy those extensions, there's only certain things that we can do. And there are other things that I'd like to be able to do, but I can't do. And if you say, I don't understand, I want to show you in just a second. I want to do one more thing, and then I want to show you what you do next. So I'm going to come down to the bottom, and I'm going to find social. So I can come down here now, and I can add. So now there's social media. And again, so there it is. And I'm going to, again, change the color, and I'll make it that turquoise. Notice I don't have to have all these. So for instance, if I don't have a Tumblr account, just click there and it's gone. If I don't have a Google Plus, boom, it's gone. All right. So I can put in there whatever I want. All right, so let's see. Background color, again, we'll make it turquoise. There that is. And where it says share this page, I'll just say follow us. All right. And again, I'll come in here and click and highlight all of it and click the B to bold. So now I've got that done. And one last thing, I'm going to add a footer. So I click in the plus. All right. I go down to footers. So they're on the bottom here. And they're pretty ugly, to be honest with you. But I'm going to just choose a really simple one, the easiest one there is. So that's down here. All right. And when I click on it, it just says copyright 2020 MobiRise. Well, I'm going to change some of that. So I'm going to change this to copyright 2021. I'm going to put in, instead of MobiRise, I'm going to put in my name. And we'll leave the rest of it there. But the other thing that will change here, and again, my controls keep getting in the way here. So that's what part of the problem is. So let me see if I can move these over. There we go. All right. So I'll again go back and change my color, my background color from black, and I'll make it purple. Now you don't have to use those colors, etc. And I wish this was bolded. So again, I'll just highlight all of it and I'll choose the B. And now it is. So really, in not very much time, I've created a site for you. Now, how could it be improved? Well, first of all, I think I would go back and I would grab the larger sizes of these as opposed to the size that I put in there, because you can see how small they are. That doesn't look good. So I think I'll go back and I'll change that. And I'll do that in just a couple minutes. All right. But I want to show you a couple more things here. All right. So first of all, let's see. Can I come in here? See, it's still not letting me move in here with the stuff that I've got here. I don't know why it's not letting me move that. But if I wanted to, I could bold all of this text by just highlighting it and hitting the B. That might be a little too much to have all that in bold. But again, I could do that if I wanted to. So I've got that. So in other words, we came in here, we added a menu at the top. And in that menu, we came in and we changed the logo and we changed the text that was in here. Typically, this is called the tagline. I want to play with this, but again, I'm having some problems with it. And then we went in and we added a very simple slider. Then we added an article. Then we added a YouTube. Then we added a form. Then we added social media. Now, just so you know, too, on these social medias, like if I click on that one, I can actually, I don't know why it's not doing that, but I can actually go in there and put in my address. All right. And we put in a footer. Now, like I said, a couple more things to show you. Here's the first one. The first one is this. If I click on here, and you've already seen this, where it says preview in browser. Okay. So this is what my site currently looks like. Again, you might think it's ugly, totally fine. I could play with the colors, I could make these bigger, etc. I'll do a little bit of that in just a couple minutes. But I want to show you what your next step should be. So let's say I've now got this done, right? So you should come out there, and then wherever you're creating this, and I'm creating mine on my desktop. Can you see my desktop right now with my daughter's picture or my granddaughter's picture? Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to right mouse click here, and I'm going to make a new folder. And I'm going to call that new folder dogs, D-O-G-S. And I'm not going to put anything in it. But on my desktop, I made a new folder called dogs. Okay. Now I'm going back into Mobirise, and I want to show you one more thing, and then we're going to publish this. The first thing is, if you look right here, you can see we've got these things on the top. If I click here, this is my site and how it's going to look on a phone. Not perfect, but it is responsive, as you can see. Doesn't look too bad. All right. Then the next one, this is how it's going to look on a tablet. These are the emulators that are built into, Mobirise. Then the next one is a tablet horizontal view. All right. Then you've got what it'll look like on a desktop, which is what we've been looking at. So you can always look at it on there. It's not perfect. In other words, if I looked at it on my phone, it's not going to probably look exactly like this. Notice also that it made this little hamburger menu for me, and those are the ones that I've got to fix. All right. So I've got all that stuff. Okay, and I can go back to desktop view. But what I want to show you is, how would we publish this? So I'm going to go back to where it says publish, and I'm going to click on that. You want to choose local drive folder, and you want to have an empty folder that you basically have for it. So I'm going to browse, and I'm going to go and look on my desktop for my folder called dogs. There it is. And I click select folder. So it says my path. All right. And publish. All right. Now you might say nothing happened. Well, I want to show you what just happened. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this. Those aren't up and running anymore. But now if I go over to my desktop, notice in my dog site, there's some stuff there. And if I double click on the index.html file, there's my site. Now, what I want to mention to you about this is, you'll notice here, there's a file called assets, and it's got images in it. That's all it's got. But notice what you don't see here. So if I go and bring this file up, my index.html file, it wrote a lot of code for me. It wrote all this code for me. All right. And a lot of that stuff you'd understand, some of it you wouldn't. Notice that it went out to Google Fonts, and it put a Roboto font in there. I didn't mention this to you earlier, but if you want to, you can change font type. All right. So not only can you change the font name, but you can change the type that you've got in here. All right. Trying to remember offhand how you do it, but it really and truly, I'll think about it and I'll get back to you on it. But it isn't hard to do. All right. But what I'm trying to show you here is, it wrote all this code for you. You should not touch this stuff. All right. I really shouldn't even look at it. But I don't want, because it was written by the system, not by me. Okay. But what I'm trying to tell you is this. This is the entire site in a folder called dogs. All right. And if I right mouse click on the folder called dogs and I choose properties, you can see this is the size of it. And that might sound big. That's really, really small. That's not even a meg. That's not even taking up 1 million characters of space. All right. So what I could do now is I could go out and I could put this website that I just created out on Ranken's server. Why am I even telling you this stuff? Because what I would like you to do, and I'm going to give you, we're not taking a break, but I'm almost done talking for now. All right. After lunch, I'm going to stay, I'm going to be logged in. I'm going to be right here. All right. I'm going to be right here, but I'm not going to be taping. All right. I'm going to pause the recording. I'll be here. My screen will switch because I've got a couple of other things I want to start working on for tomorrow. But what I would like you to do is either work on the site you've been working on or start on a new site. If you've got any questions while you're working on it, just literally start talking because I'm going to leave the mics and everything on. If you have problems, let me know. But what I'd like to do, since no one really wants to send me, or at least so far, no one wants to send me any pictures. There are right now, what is it? There are about 9 or 10 of you here today. What I'd love to have happen is for each one of you to create a website and send it to me. Then I will take those websites, I will create an account for you on our server, all right? And I will put your folders out there for you. Now, in order to do that, you're going to have to email me. I don't think this would work over Zoom. So for instance, my dog's right here. If this was your folder, you would have to right mouse click on it. It's the opposite of what we did when we unzipped the other day. So you would right mouse click on it. You would choose send to compressed folder because that'll zip it. So now you've got dogs.zip. And then you'd go out and you would email it to me. Now, I went over that fairly quickly. So I got a question for you. Do you all understand what I'm asking you to do? Is there anyone that does not understand what I'm asking you to do? Anybody? So between now and 1 o'clock, all right, what I'd like you to do between now and 1 o'clock is to work on your sites. And if you get time, it may not be done yet, and that's totally okay. But what I'd like you to do is to when you be by 1 o'clock is to zip the folder after you've published it. Okay, so make an empty folder first and then publish it to that empty folder, then zip that empty folder, or that folder it's not empty anymore. But after you do that, zip it and email it to me. Now, 2 more things. First, for the person who is having problems, I'm not sure what to tell you. All right, I'm going to be looking at it right now. I had something else to do during the break, but that's what I'm going to do as soon as we break here. Is I'm going to go in and look and see if I can figure out why you weren't able to download it. All right, that's the first thing. So again, if you have any problems, I'll be here. I might step out for a minute to go to the bathroom or whatever, but I will be here until 11:50. All right. Not, I'll probably step out like you guys do because we usually take our break from 10:50 to 11. Then what I'd like to do at 1 o'clock is if some of you send these to me, I'm going to show you what people have done. And I'll show you the sites that your counterparts have made. There's only one more thing I want to say, and then I'm done talking for now. And that is this. So let's say I've got this dogs thing right here. You already saw it. I've even got it, and I even zipped it. If I decide I'm going to go back into Mobilize and make some changes to this, then what you want to do is you want to remove the original folder you have. You don't want that folder to be in there. You can create a new one that's called dogs. And it should be empty. You should always publish it to an empty folder. They do have a thing in there where you can just publish changes. It's always been problematic, meaning I've always had problems with it trying to use it. All right. Is there anyone in here right now then? Is there anyone, somebody wrote down already and that's fine, no questions. Is there anyone who has any questions? Is there anything you'd like me to go over again?
You said, which one do we get rid of? Like
what I said was, so let's pretend for a minute that you made a website on the St. Louis Cardinals, okay? So you make a folder, you can call it whatever you want, but let's just say we call it Cardinals. Okay? And now you go in and you publish. So I'm going to pretend for a second this is the St. Louis Cardinals folder. All right, so this is stuff on the Cardinals. So you would go in and you would publish, and you would tell it that you want it to go to Cardinals. So you go there, select it, looks good, always double check to make sure, and click publish. Now, if I go over to my Cardinals, you'll notice that it's filled with stuff. But, oh wow, I discovered that I screwed up. I put the wrong thing in there or whatever. So then what I should do is I should take this Cardinal folder, just get rid of it by dragging it into the trash, create a brand new folder called Cardinals. All right. Now, occasionally when you do this, if it does come back, even though we remove the folder, if it does come back and if it says something like, you've already got a folder called Cardinals, just make it Cardinals 2 then, if you need to do that. You shouldn't have to. There's been a couple problems with MobiRise over the years. Most of them I've already let you know about. All right. Did I answer your question?
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any other questions? Then what I'm going to do is right now I'm going to stop the recording. All right, I am back. And before we get started, I got asked while we were away, how do you link these? So in other words, if you look at this, I did get it fixed, but when I click this to view it in the browser, notice that when I click video, it jumps down to the video section. When I click contact us, it jumps to the contact us section. And when it clicks follow us, it goes to the follow. Now it doesn't go any further because there's no more content there. And I can also jump, oh, what's going on there? I can also jump to the home section by just clicking home. So the question was asked, how do you do that? So I want to show you that right now. Okay. So let me stop this running, go back into MobiRise here. All right. And I will make sure my share is set to MobiRise. All right. So the way you do that is like this. So let's say that I wanted to go to the follow us right here, and that follow us is down here. So I want to be able to jump like that to follow us. You click on it, and then way to the left, it looks like a paper clip, and it's got the word link on it. So you choose link, and then you have to tell it how you want it to link. If you want it to link on the same page, which is what we want right there, you choose page. Then if there were other pages on your site, you'd click in here, but we only have one page. All right. So you come over to here and it says block on home page. You click the down arrow and it's kind of hard to figure out which is which, but if you put your mouse over it, it'll show you a little picture of where you are. So I want to make sure that I go down to the follow us. And there you can see, if you look off to the right, those are the little icons for Facebook and the like. So you click on there and then you click insert link. Now I did it kind of fast, so I'm going to do it one more time. All right. So I want to go to the contact us. I want to be able to jump there right away. So I click on contact us, and then right near the top here, I want to click on this thing that looks like a paper clip. If I put my mouse over it, it says link. And then I have to tell it what I want to link it to. Since I want to link it, I don't want to link it to a file or a phone number or an email or a web address. I want to link it to my site. So I go to page, which is the first one. If I had multiple pages, I could link it to another page. I'll show you that in a minute. All right. But let's see. I wanted to choose the block on a home page. Then you click the down arrow and you've got to find the one you're looking for. Well, I want it to basically go down with the contact. There it is, contact. So I click on that and I click insert link. And now you've already seen it, but now when I run this and I click contact us, boom, it jumps right there. All right. And that's really all you have to do in order to do that. All right. Now I want to show you one more thing. And I'm going to jump, make sure I've changed my share. All right. What I want to do right now is I want to be able to jump to a new page. How do I do that? Well, I come in here and I go to pages and I click and I want create new page. You can call it, of course, whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to do with it. All right. But I'm just going to choose add a blank page and you got to give it a name. All right. And we'll call this, I don't know, it's kind of a silly name, but we'll call it hello. All right. So I'm going to call it that and I'm going to hit enter. Now I've got a new page in here that's called hello. There's not much in it. It automatically gives me my header from on top and my footer from right there. All right. And none of this works now because it's a brand new page. So I'm going to go back again to my other page. So I got to go to pages and I'm going to go to home. All right. But now what I want to do for my home page here is I want to add a new page here. How do I do that? If I click here, I can click plus and it makes a new one here. And I'm going to make a new one here that just goes to the page called hello. There it is. But I've got to link it now to the page called hello. So I click on it. Again, I click the paperclip thing that says link. Now I want to choose site pages. And when I click the down arrow, you can see I've got hello. And I click insert link. Now notice that when I run this and I click hello, I go to the other page. Now I'd have to set up these links here if I wanted to be able to go back again. I can do that for you quickly. All right. Again, I won't spend much time on it, but I'll quickly just set those up for you so you can see them. Let me double check, make sure that my share is set correctly. All right. Then I'm going to go over to the hello page. And I want to come in here on this hello page. Oops, and I want to set all these up. How do I do that? Well, I click here. I click the link. I have to tell it now that I want it to go to my home page and I want it to go to the top of the page and click insert link. Now that one's set. For the video, I again click the link. It's set to home. So I've got to find in here, someplace in here we had our video. That's it, I believe, right there. Yeah, YouTube. Insert link. So that one should be set. Contact us, click on the link, make sure it says home. And again, contacts, insert link, follow us, click on here, home, and the social, insert link, and hello. Well, that's where we are currently, but that's okay. And we just want to go to hello. Okay. And all we have is the top of the page and the footer, which is on the bottom of the page. So now everything that's in there should be linked. Let's check. So I'll do this again. And I'll go to the hello page and I'll go to follow us. There I'm back at follow us. I can go to contact us. Now I'm on contact us. I can go to video and I can go to the home page.
Your screen share's froze.
So literally that's all there is to it. All right. Now, there were some people who said, I got things on the chat that what if I haven't finished mine yet? Okay. And that's okay if you haven't. If you want to send it to me, fine. If you want to wait and send it later, that's okay too. I had one student so far who has sent theirs in. I got to find it because I do have it here someplace. Well, let me grab it just a second. Because I know I've got it. And that isn't it. I think I might have it on my other screen. So hold on a second. Yep. So this is what one of your fellow students did. They did a site on guinea pigs. Now, these aren't linked because I hadn't told you guys yet how to link it, but you can see they've got a slideshow with different pictures of guinea pigs. And then underneath that, some stuff about guinea pigs. And underneath that, a little bit more stuff about guinea pigs. And then a video on guinea pigs. And a quick little form on guinea pigs. Okay. And I'm not sure how, do you pronounce your name Esme? I don't want to say it wrong. Is it what?
Yeah, it's Esme.
Esme. So this is what Esme did. It's very nice. All right. Now I'm going to leave this up to you. I'm going to ask everybody in the class right now. We can do one of two things. We're meeting for an hour and 50 more minutes today. We can do one of two things. We can either go over to here and I can go over Bootstrap with you now, or I can give you till 3 o'clock and you can try by tomorrow morning to send me your completed websites. What would you rather do? I'd like to hear from all of you. What would you guys rather do?
Send it tomorrow.
You want some more time to work on these today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's do that. Does anybody have any questions? Do you all understand how to publish these things and how to save them to a file and zip the file and send it to me? Does everybody get that?
Yes.
Is
I
there
have
anyone
one
who does
question.
not? All right, then what I'd like you to do is by 8, we don't meet till 9, by 8:30 tomorrow, I'd like everybody who's going to send me their website to send it to me by 8:30. Then when we start tomorrow, I'll go over and show you everyone's website as we get started, and then we'll go in and start talking about Bootstrap. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, then again, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to be here. I'm going to stop taping, but just in case I have to start it again, all I do is I'll pause it. But I'm going to be in here, right here, until 1:50. Then, like you guys do, I'll take a break from 1:50 to 2. Then I'll be here from 2 to 2:50, and then we'll meet up at 9. If you have any questions, you can just ask them. If you feel funny asking them, put them in the chat. Okay? Any other questions? Anybody? Anything? All right, then I'm going to pause the recording, and my screen's going to change on you guys, but I will be here if you do have any questions. This is the old one. Crud. Come on. Oh, come on. Good golly, come on. kidding me, right? Son of a biscuit. I don't believe this. All right, that's it for class today. And again, I just put a thing out here that said, well, I guess I should have sent it to everybody and I didn't, so I will resend it. And it just says, please make sure everybody to send me your websites by 8:30 tomorrow. Okay, have a good evening. See you tomorrow.
Okay, you too. Tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
Good night.